Constructing new pathways. Constructing new pathways is the art of developing new ideas, developing new patterns of thought, new belief systems, new programming. For the programming that you have currently is what is washing over your mind. It is what is flooding the gates with the thoughts that you are currently realizing. It is what is the cause of your habitual feelings and emotions that are creating your vibrational patterns, your frequencies that you are expressing out into the universe, who are by law being reflected back to you. You are the maker of your reality. You are the master of your universe. For it is created and realized in perfect and precise accordance to the frequencies. Everything ends in a frequency. Every thought ends in a frequency. Every word you utter ends in a frequency. Every belief system ends in a frequency that is expressed from your being and is reflected back to you. You are the maker. You are the commander. You are the leader. You are the general. You are making the calls with your frequencies, with your tones, whether you are conscious of this or not. By law, there is more going on than you have been taught. There is more to you than you realize. But if you are interested in mastering your life, becoming the maker of your life, in realizing the power that you wield, in your ability to create beautiful, amazing, wealthy, abundant, fun, exciting, exhilarating experiences, and you must go about the practice of building belief systems, establishing programmings that yield those types of realities. They must be your dominant thought processes. They must be your dominant language. They must be your dominant feelings. They must be your dominant beliefs. And how do you do this? How do you construct new pathways? Well, by doing what you do now. Talk about it as often as you can remember. Set up mechanisms, systems to remind yourself to talk about it. Set up systems to remind yourself to think about it. Set up systems to remind yourself to visualize it. Set up systems to remind yourself to feel about it. This is the key. When you visualize and see the images in your mind, when you speak of it, when you think of it, feel the feeling. Resonate the feeling of its existence now. Everything you do, resonate the feeling of its presence now. See yourself now. Hear yourself now. Feel it, taste it, touch it now in the present moment, and you draw it to you. Know that it exists. Know that it is present now. Know it in love. Know it in excitement and exhilaration and pure positive expectation. Know it with absolute certainty. And it will be revealed. For the everyday revealing of your reality now is a result of the same process. It's a result of your engaging those creative faculties within you now, the creative process within you now that has been at work since you were flushed into your physical body. Ever since you emerged in your physical body, creative process has been at work, and it was immediately activated. And as you began to acquire acquire ideas, as you begin to resonate frequencies, they were reflected back to you. Yes, children born into low frequency circumstances, they are witnesses and are programmed to that low frequency in the womb if the mother is victim to low frequency realities. This is why it is possible at times that a child comes into and experiences trauma, because they have been tuned already to the low frequency realities. Children of high frequency realities experience joy, experience love without conditions, until they are introduced to love with conditions as they get older, which is most often the case for those who are unconscious of their energy expressions, unconscious of their own programming. But to construct a new pathway, to create new programming, new belief systems, new patterns of thought, you must engage the mind. You must become a master of the mind and body. You must set up systems that remind you to be that which you intend to experience, that which you intend to create, that which you desire to be your reality. And your beingness is in the feeling. It's in the feeling. Your life now is a result of the feeling. The belief systems are in alignment, in accordance with the feeling. The thought patterns are in accordance with the feeling. The words, the language you speak is in accordance with the feeling. In each of these parts and places within the creative process, you are capable of breaking into old patterns. And this is why we mentioned these areas that you can set up systems to begin to break into the patterns, to begin to break the patterns. Now, in truth, you can go straight to the feeling. You can begin to entertain higher frequencies, higher tones, whatever that means. Generate them from the inside out. Utilize your music. Utilize your outside tones to harmonize your body with. And in doing so, you begin to break up old patterns, because patterns of lower frequencies, lower tones cannot exist in the higher frequencies, in the higher tones. You can go directly to the feeling place and shift, begin to break into the old patterns of frequencies and tones that you emit. You can do that either way. Either way. But in the first way that I mentioned, you are also establishing your desires in the process. You are creating the new feeling places in accordance with desires. I recommend you do both. I recommend you establish the feeling place of your desires, while at the same time establishing the feeling place because you want to exist in that new feeling place. Because you want to be consistently breaking old patterns of low vibrations. You want to establish, you want to remind, repeat, you want to become a being who exists in the higher frequencies, the higher tones. And these frequencies, these tones will undergird all pieces and parts of your reality. This is what you really want. This is what you really desire. Because now you are wielding the full force of your power by mastering the tones and the frequencies by which you exist. Mastering the tones and the frequencies that are reflected back to you. This is mastery. all things from that place will fall into line. You will have an inspiration. You will have a desire. And when you entertain it, it is automatically born into the highest frequencies, into the highest tones, because that is who you are. So I recommend you do both. Construct new pathways. Be the constructor. Be the builder. Be the farmer that cultivates the ground, that removes the weeds, the resistance, the inner conflict, and that sows the ideas and nurses them with the highest frequencies and the highest tones, that they might be born and that they might grow and establish themselves perfectly with the most potent, the most excellent of foods, of nourishment. We're excited to be here. We are excited to share with you. We are thankful for the vessel. We're excited for each of you who are here, open and welcoming our words, for we love you. And we are here always desiring to share our wisdom, our knowledge from our now non-physical perspective in support of you who are trekking the most complex of paths on your third dimensional, in your third dimensional reality on your planet. Honor your choice to be there. And we are excited to be of support. We're excited to offer our understanding, and we are constantly offering our love. Thank you. We love you. Until next time.